Okay. So here we are. It is Friday, August 2nd. Training camp practice was from 9 o'clock till 10:45 today. Went ahead, collected what I saw online and saw on Twitter. Trying to get as much information to you guys as possible. And of course, going to go ahead and start with some stuff that the Colts put out after the last practice. So let's switch over here. My apologies. Let's get that brought up. Oh, there we go. Boom. And let me fix this a little bit. I want to bring this in and bring that up for you. Yeah, that's going to be a little better. Okay. So this was, I can't remember if we looked at this or not, so I just wanted to go ahead and put it in here. This was Julian Blackmon making a play in practice, right? Deep down the field for Alec Pierce. Boom, gets up there, nice pass breakup. Soaring through the air, and we're going to see his name again. He was one of the stars of practice. Once again, Kylan Granson making an incredible catch here. Boom, sticks that hand out. Great job concentrating to continue to bring that in and is able to haul that in before he goes down. And this is one to Pittman, just an absolutely beautiful throw. I mean, barely even steps into this thing and just launches it downfield. Perfect right in the bucket for Michael Pittman Jr. Juju in coverage right there. Then you have A.D. Mitchell. This is the pass that he caught that everybody was going crazy about, where he ends up making Jalen Jones fall on the ground. Gets the ball and then just takes off. And obviously he's celebrating. Crowd goes crazy for this one. A.D. Mitchell is a problem. So this is where we start today. Titus Leo is practicing today after being carted off the field on Tuesday. So whatever he was dealing with, it sounds like he's going to be just fine, able to get back into practice today. Jonathan Taylor going through drills. There was a few videos of the running backs doing their thing. The Colts even put out their own video of the running backs going through drills. Here you have another one. This is a pass blocking drill that all the running backs are going through here. You see Evan Hull, and I don't know who 36 is to be honest with you, but Evan Hull putting in the work right there. Then you have all the different running backs going through drills here. Jonathan Taylor, Evan Hull, Tyler Goodson, Trey Sermon. All the guys getting involved here. Quick feet. Oh, and he hits it going through. Hate to see it. Oh, got that one on tape too. That's unfortunate. Who was that, 31? Can't be hitting it. And that's where you see some inexperience coming in on some of these guys. But as we move on here, you see first play of 11 on 11. Anthony Richardson to A.D. Mitchell deep down the right sideline with the crowd going crazy after that one. Again, A.D. Mitchell just continuing to make plays. George Brimmer here says that there was a 25-yard completion and then missed a second deep ball later and went 2 for 3 in the opening session. Alec Pierce also practicing today, just like Titus Leo, getting back at practice after the awkward fall the other day at the end of practice. No, Compton here says Anthony Richardson starts 11 on 11 by hitting wide receiver A.D. Mitchell for the 30-yard gain. AR went 2 for 3 in the initial team period, missing a deep ball as the lone incompletion. I get all this stuff is on X, right? Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. That's where I find all my information. I've through the years have just figured out, the right guys to follow for the Colts. So a lot of these guys are at training camp with these updates. Then the Colts putting out a video of Jonathan Taylor doing his thing, looking incredible. And they also put out a video of Kenny Moore doing his thing. I believe that's Juju Brents. And I think that was the 32 there. Julian Blackmon as well. Going through the drills, that might have been 52. That might be I think that's 52. But yeah, just going through the drills. Exactly what you love to see. Then Kevin Bowen comes out and says, best player in Colts camp, Julian Blackmon, strikes again. Excuse me. Strikes again by picking off Anthony Richardson on a deep ball to Michael Pittman Jr. And that sentiment just being echoed throughout these next couple, right? Getting the interception. But a note, that ball was underthrown. But either way, Julian Blackmon continues to make splash plays throughout camp. George Brimmer here. Rough second 11-on-11 series for AR. Underthrew a deep ball. My apologies. Still a little under the weather. But yeah, underthrew the deep ball to Mitchell. That was flagged for DPI, sacked by Latu, and then picked off by Julian Blackmon. So overall, in the second 11-on-11 team period, AR in the offense just not figuring it out. To be honest, the days that the pads come on, it seems like the defense is really ramping up and getting the best of the offense. They were once again in pads today. And seemed like they were doing their thing, right? Rookie A.D. Mitchell, though, catching a touchdown from Joe Flacco in 11-on-11, so making another play down the field. Can't grasp whether or not my subconscious is pushing its own agenda, but I can't get over how technically sound Juju Brents has been throughout camp. Not a lot to write home about after each day. Typically a good thing for cornerback one, but he's been so consistent in coverage. So that's exactly what you want to hear for Juju Brents, the guy who's supposed to be our cornerback one. The consistency coming from him and how technical he is, how intentional he is about what he's doing. Having that coming from Juju is exactly what we need coming into the year with questions about the secondary. We need the guys to step up, the young guys. It sounds like right now, as long as he's on the field, he's consistently one of the better guys on the defense and doing his thing. Okay. First 2-minute drill for the offense. Short run, incompletion, sack by Latu. Okay, another would-be sack by Latu, this time during the Colts' first 2-minute drill with the starters. The defense stuffed the offense on 3 straight plays. So that's what I'm talking about. The offense just unable to get things going as we're sitting here in pads. Latu is wrecking practice. Latu's ability to turn the corner on our tackles and to get home, like he is destroying the offense in practice. Then you have Joe Flacco leading the second team in their 2-minute drive and getting a 36-yard field goal by Matt Gay. Then first team offense returned for their own 2-minute drill, getting a second chance at trying to get something going. AR leads the team past midfield, but then gets an intentional grounding penalty that stalls the drive. And then Schrader misses a 55-yard field goal attempt. So Anthony Richardson goes 8 for 13 with an interception today and is 33 of 55 with 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions through 6 practices. So all in all, Anthony Richardson, there's been ups, there's been downs. As the pads come on, right, and the pads came on today. There's no practice tomorrow. I assume the pads are going to be back on Sunday. We'll see about that. There's going to be another practice Sunday, but no practice on Saturday. So when it comes up, I assume we're going to be in pads again. And at some point, the offense has to fight back. Okay, whether you have to tell Latu, hey, we understand you're going crazy right now. We need you to chill and let the offense work. Maybe the Colts work on protection schemes against elite rushers like Latu, guys that can get in the backfield quickly. Maybe that's how the Colts get better at learning their own protection schemes and figuring out how to protect the quarterback from a guy like that, right? We played so many guys last year that were dominant edge rushers, and we played some more this year. Is that an opportunity? We use Latu as an opportunity to figure that out in practice and make him better. He's going to see that from teams in practice. So if he's going to see, double teams and chips, getting hit from a tight end and the tackle, and then, the tight end chip, maybe he does get around the tackle and then the running back's there. So those kinds of things we make Latu work through in camp since he's dominating for us right now. It'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments the coaches make in practice so that maybe the offense can find a little bit of success. But again, right now we have Latu balling out in practice, Julian Blackmon balling out in practice, Juju being consistent. Like, we know what we have in Zaire Franklin. So on every level right now, sounds like the defense could be a lot better than what people are giving it credit for. Right? Again, Anthony Richardson's numbers still end up pretty good, right? Like 8 for 13. With an interception. You'd hope that would be a touchdown, but either way, 8 for 13, not terrible numbers. 37 to 55, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Not great, but not terrible. It's also, they're not, right, it's not a game, right? They're not marching up and down the field. Right, they're doing, red zone. Sometimes they're just doing first and second down. Sometimes they're just doing third down, and they're not near the end zone. So take those numbers with a grain of salt. But that is what it is. No Compton with some notes from practice. Number 6, Latu feasted, landing 2 more would-be sacks in team. Scheduled note, Julian Blackmon, still him. Big interception, 11 on 11. Exactly what we're talking about. AR's day, right, this practice was inside due to weather, I'm assuming. They went ahead, practice inside, 8 for 13 with an interception. A.D. Mitchell flashes again with 2 big catches and 11 on 11, 1 for a touchdown. And of note, one of those was from Anthony Richardson, so working with the first team. One was from Joe Flacco, so working with the second team. It has been good to note that the second team right now is kind of doing their thing. Practice after practice, Joe Flacco and that offense, the second team offense, kind of doing their thing, and that's exactly what you would hope for, right? Bringing in a guy like Joe Flacco, like if he ever has to come in, you would expect things to be unflappable, right? As soon as he gets in there, we're going to be okay if he ends up having to play. So that's what we're looking at, going through right now to see what else has come out since that last tweet from Noah Compton. Let's see. What else do we got here? Of course, Dwight Freeney going into the Hall of Fame this week. Love that he's going into the Hall of Fame. Going to be a camp. Hey, hell yeah, man. Going to camp this Sunday. I wish I could go. I was looking at their schedule earlier and noticed that like most of the time it's free. I think Sunday is like $5 to get in. But like super cheap to get to practice. So that would be awesome. Seeing the guys live. I'm hearing that the vibe for training camp this year is different than what it's been in years past, which you would expect, right? Continuity between coaching and players, a lot of good young talent, a lot of competition with who's been drafted over the last couple of years and who's been brought in here. So there's a lot going on at Colts Training Camp right now. And it seems like everything is going up, right? Everything that you would hope would come from training camp is coming from training camp right now. Let's see. Don't leave training camp. Stats matter. Okay, so yeah, nothing really. It seems more coming out about Colts Training Camp. And Dell covers is picked by who else? So the Julian Blackmon interception, apparently that was double coverage. Anthony Richardson just throwing it up. Seems like today he was just making there were a couple times just not making the right decisions today. Just sitting here scrolling to see if there's anything. I really don't think there's anything else Colts related. Yeah, so nothing else there. That's the training camp update. Again, just to summarize, anybody that maybe is just popping in here, we have Julian Blackmon getting another interception. He's been the star of camp from what I've been seeing. Latu with the pads on today. Latu dominated once again. Every time, both times the pads have been on, I think he has a total of 5 would-be sacks, I'm pretty sure, over the 2 padded practices, which is kind of ridiculous. And Anthony Richardson in the offense, when the pads are on, need to find more success. How do they become more successful on the offense? That's what we're going to look at in the future. That's what we're hoping to see in the future against their own defense. But right now it seems like the defense could be better than what was expected, which is going to be great news. Seems like Juju's doing his thing, Julian's doing his thing, Latu's doing his thing. So really excited to see what happens. Of course, the Hall of Fame game was last night, so we're getting closer to the season coming up, right? Colts season going to be starting with the preseason here pretty shortly. Actually, you know what? There was a question about that earlier, and I couldn't answer it. Let's figure out when the Colts first game is here. All right, so the preseason starts August 11th. It's currently August 2nd as we're recording this. So August 2nd against the Broncos, a 1 o'clock game on a Sunday. And then the 17th and then the 22nd. So that's what we're looking at for games. That's on a Sunday, so I should be live during that preseason game. Make sure you're subscribed, have notifications on. I want to go live during all the games this year, at least as many of them as I can. On Sundays, I'll be able to go live. The one on the 17th and 22nd, we'll have to see. I may be working my day job during those games, so we'll see on that. But again, we'll be live for the games, preseason and regular season and postseason. And then we'll be live for more training camp updates. We're going to be live again Sunday. It's afternoon practice from 4 to 5:30, I believe. So, again, make sure you subscribe, have notifications on, share with any Colts fans that you know of so they can continue to get more Colts content. I'm going to get these practice notes up to you guys as soon as I possibly can at all times. And we have even more content coming out. I'm going to be recording and editing more videos today. So, again, subscribe, have notifications turned on. Of course, I appreciate you stopping by for another one of these live streams. And as always, take care of yourself, take care of each other,